Hello, guys. Okay, bringing greetings from Global ARCUS. My name is Paul Dominic Jarry Jr. I'm a student in India here, Greater Noida, Knowledge Park, studying Masters of Arts degree. And I thought it wise to bring you this video because I know there have been a lot of friends who have called me back home. As a matter of fact, I'm from the Republic of Liberia. And I think this video will be useful to not only people from the Republic of Liberia, but those of you elsewhere who may find it interesting and know, take into consideration that studying abroad is a life dream for you. And I think your dream has come to reality. If you have just joined, this is my channel. I am Paul Dominic Jarry Jr. And I'm going to be providing you basic information about study in India scholarship through the Global ARCUS Initiative. The Global ARCUS Initiative is a educational consultancy firm in India that helps students from all walks of life, especially in Africa, with emphasis on international students to have them coming to India in order to study at a very cheap cost. So if you have been thinking about studying abroad, particularly in India, a place of knowledge, you've come to the right place. Just follow this channel as we go through those universities that are offering tuitions that are less. As a matter of fact, let me establish this. I believe each and every one of us might have, one way or the other, checked a lot of countries. I'm not going to call names of countries, but from the information I'm going to provide today, if you have researched over the years or in past times about countries and their tuition fees for offering bachelor degree, master's, PhD, and then from what you are going to listen to today that is offered by the Global ARCUS Initiative here in India, you will come to the realization that education in India is cheap. And don't get it twisted. Sometimes people think that cheap things are not real, cheap things are not good. But we all know India is a place of knowledge. Okay, not to waste all of your time, let me quickly run you through. There are lot of universities under the Global ARCUS Initiative. These universities include the SOA University and the Marwadi University, considering university like Sandip University, Graphic Era University, Kalinga University, P. Savani University. All these universities are under the Global ARCUS Initiative, the educational consultancy firm. All right. The goal of the institution is to ensure that students learn at an affordable cost through scholarship. For this SOA University, SOA University has a bachelor degree, it offers bachelor degree, it offers master's degree, but the cost of the fees is completely free. Tuition is 100% scholarship. Tuition is free. No one should tell you you have to pay fees to SOA University once you are going through the Global ARCUS Initiative. It is totally free, 100%. Now, somebody may be wondering, then is there any other requirements? Yes, there are other requirements. And as part of these requirements, you are only entitled to pay hostel fees every year, and this hostel fees is 2,500 US dollars. Like I told you before, there are too many universities in other countries. If you compare to this university we're talking about, imagine university in the West, right? We charge you 2,500 US dollars, not for tuition, but just hostel fees. Just you can just imagine. That tells you that this initiative is an initiative that aims at helping you to achieve your dream of attaining education. So 2,500 US every year. That is, if you are doing masters, for example, masters is over for 2 years. You pay 2005 the first year, the 2005 the second year. Now, how are you going to do this payment? The 2005 for the first year is the target, but you are not going to pay this 2005 upfront. This is how you do it. You pay the 500 US dollars as your admission fees. This 500 US you are paying as admission fee comes from the same 2005, the first year 2005. So your balance will be 2,000. Once you pay the 500, you will be given your admission letter. You will be given your visa letter. Immediately you proceed to the Indian embassy in your country and begin the processing of your visa. As soon as you receive your visa, then only can you pay the balance, which is $2,000. Once you pay the $2,000, your ticket will be sent to your mail as a student. So you see how easy it goes? Frankly, once you pay the 2005 for the first year, you are a bona fide student who will be entitled to admission letter. You will be entitled to free flight ticket, free medical insurance. And what is good about this university? This is the only university, the SOA University is the only university that offers room free AC, air condition, right? You are not going to pay any other thing. And there is one more thing to this university. This university has a guaranteed paid 6 months internship for all paramedical courses students. So if you are a student who have interest in studying paramedical courses, you are guaranteed paid 6 months internship, right? So that does it for the SOA University. Quickly, let's look at the Marwadi University. Marwadi University is also tuition free. 100% scholarship on tuition fees. You are not paying for tuition to say, oh, you're paying this year tuition, second year tuition. No. The same thing with SOA University. Your only entitlement is to pay hostel fees, which is the same 2,500 United States dollars. First year 2005, second year 2005. So if you are a bachelor degree student, because I know my bachelor degree students are watching now to say, well, they say, Paul, but can't you talk about us also? If you are a bachelor degree student, you have 3 years to complete or to do the studies. Bachelor degrees, most bachelor degrees are offered for 3 years. I'm saying most because there are some bachelor degrees that are offered for 4 years. Like the less of, let's look at pharmacy, right? It's offered for 4 years. So it depends the study area that you are going, but most bachelor degrees are offered for 3 years. So if you come here, you do your 3 years quickly. Once you are able to pay your 2005, the first year, second year, 25, third year, 25, right? And all the things that in this 2005, inclusive of free international and domestic flight ticket for Marwadi University. The difference between this Marwadi University and SOA University that I earlier talked about is that Marwadi University does not offer free medical insurance. But you see, SOA University offers free medical insurance. Okay, then we'll quickly look at Sandip University, another university that is called Sandip University. This university it has its own fees payment differently. All right, for Sandip University, you have to pay 300 US dollars for admission fees on time. And let it be noted that once you pay this amount, is non-refundable. You have to pay 2,600 for tuition fees per year. All right? Full fees is to be paid in first year. 75% scholarship will be given on tuition fees from the second year. So you see the difference with Marwadi and SOA, Sunday University. You have to pay tuition fees per year, which is 2,600. And there will be 75% scholarship on tuition fee beginning the second year. So let's say, for example, I enter this first year, I pay 2006, right? Once I pay the 2006, the second year, I am going to pay 75% of that 2006. And when we do our mathematical calculations, we will brought down to $650 tuition per year from the second year. So if you are a bachelor degree student, once you pay at 2006, the second year at 2000, I mean at 650, third year 650 US dollars. That's all. There is no exam fee, no uniform fee. Uniform maybe for those medical students, nursing students, other students that are in the sciences. There's no uniform fees for that. You have free flight ticket. You have free insurance. One of the help that Global ARCUS is giving, which most people have not taken into consideration, is that the issue of free flight ticket. Let's take, for example, you go to the airline to book a flight ticket, right? The cost of ticket most times is based on when you are traveling and is based on the airline, the kind of airline that you have chosen, and when you are traveling. So if, for example, I want to travel next week to come and do my studies in India, right? I went to the airline, a particular airline. I would likely pay up to 1,500 US dollars for just single trip ticket to come to India. There are people who even pay even 2,000 plus US dollars. But if you book your ticket on time, what happens is that ahead of time, if I'm going 2 months from now, I'm going to pay less than the amount. Sometimes, why somebody pay 1,500, likely pay 800, 900, 1,000, it depends. So Global ARCUS is saying whether you take it soon, whether you take it, you didn't take it soon, they're just going to take that burden from your head. Can you imagine that? All right. So the next university we have under the Global ARCUS is the Graphic Era University. The cost of tuition is also 100% free. That is 100% scholarship on tuition fees, just like the SOA, the Marwadi University. The Graphic Era University has 100% tuition free. 2,200 for hostel fees per year. And guess what, guys? You are going to have four meals a day. No exam fees, no library fees, no ID card fees, no gym fees, and you name it all. You are also entitled to free flight ticket, free medical insurance. So you see, for this Graphic Era University, this 2,200 US dollars that you pay per year, this is how it is to be paid. You first pay 300 US dollars. If you look at SOA and other university, Marwadi, 500 as your admission fees first. But this one, the 2,200, you have to pay 300 first as admission fees. Once you pay 300 first, you are entitled to your admission letter. You are entitled to visa letter. Then it is our business as agents to help you out, to guide you in the process of obtaining your visa. So what I do in my capacity as an agent with Global ARCUS, I guide you by providing you the list of documents, required documents lists that are required for obtaining your visa, and I begin to follow your process from the very beginning of your admission from your country to the point that you will complete your payment, get your ticket, and arrive in India. Take you to your university, hand you over to your university. All right? If you are just joining us, my name is Paul Dominic Jarry Jr. I am an agent of Global ARCUS, an educational consultancy firm in India that is in the business of helping students, international students, to come to India and study at an affordable cost. Now, let me register this before we proceed. First of all, let it be made known there are a lot of scammers out there. Do not be bought away by them. People will come, every system, as a matter of fact, every system that is set up, you always have people who try to rob the system, who try to behave as though they are the ones who are running the show. It is true there are some of them who believe, who are running the show, but integrity problem is another issue. What will it cost me to charge a fellow African, telling them to pay me admission, pay me what they tend sometimes say processing fees, telling them pay me this other fees? What does it tend to benefit me? For how long will I use whatever fees I will gather from you or from them? All right. I'm a consultant with the institution, Global ACCOS. Global ACCOS is obligated to me. It is not you, the student, that is obligated to me. So anyone who comes to you and tell you, bringing the name of Global ACCOS, that they have scholarship, they may tell you the same information I'm telling you, but in the end, they tell you you have to pay certain amount before I can start your process. They are not real. They are fake. All right? So let's go ahead. If you are just joining, subscribe to my channel, hit the subscribe button, and get more of these videos. Let's move on. Kalinga University. Kalinga University, we said for their part, Kalinga University admission fees is, their tuition fees, for them, they have tuition fees, which is 2,600 per year. And that 2,600 per year that you are paying as tuition fee, you are entitled to free flight ticket, similar to other universities I just talked about. Free medical insurance. And guess what? This 2006 you are paying, it is only for first year. After the first year, every other year, be it 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year, whatever number of years that you're going to spend to do your study, you are only going to pay 75% of the 2,600, which is 650 US dollars per year afterwards. Now, the 2006, how am I to pay the first tuition fees? The first tuition fees, 2006, you have to pay 300. You see how helpful it is? To start your process, you transfer 300 from your local bank to the university's account. You are not giving me money. But one thing that should be noted is that Global ARCUS or the university is not responsible for bank charges that are considered additional by the bank. So whatever bank you are dealing with, when you go to the bank in your country, make sure ask the bank, what does it cost to transfer 2,000, or if you are starting the process, your first amount 300, what does it cost to transfer 300 US dollars to India? Like in my country, Liberia, what is the GT Bank or other banks, they will talk about, they charge like 50 US dollars. It may be more depending on the amount. It varies per banks and per countries. So once you are paying your fees, bear in mind that there are additional charges, and these charges are not the responsibility of the university or global ARCUS. It is the responsibility of you, the applicant or the student. All right? So we say Kalinga University is 2006. The first payment is 300. And once you pay the 300, you get your admission letter, your visa letter, guide you through in doing your processes to get your visa. Once you get your visa, you are going to find it very easy because you are channeling everything excluding the fees payment to me. You are not paying any fees to me. All I want to do is to give back. I want to help my society. I want to help my country, particularly Liberia. I want to help. There are people who have money. There are people who have the mind to come outside to study. But there are a lot of people who have been faking them over the years. So as a result, people have their money. They are skeptical. They are afraid. It is not that this money I'm talking about is very little. Because it will estimate some university I'm talking about here, 5,000 can make you to kind of study for 2 years in a master's you want to do. Some people can even afford more than that. Some people got families back in the States and other countries that in their country can help them regularly. But how will people invest their money? And at the end of the day, it turns to be a scam. If you have ever been experiencing that, if you have ever gone through the issue of people scamming you for scholarship to come and study abroad, I bring you hope this day. You can find me on LinkedIn, research about me. You can find me, on WhatsApp, on Facebook. On Facebook, because I lost my personal account, I am using the name which I have been using for the base scholarship, global ARCUS, called India Scholarship Aid. So if you want to find me on Facebook, send me friend request. You can send me request on India Scholarship Aid. And I'm also going to leave the detail, my LinkedIn information, my Facebook information. I will leave it right in the description below. All right. So if you are just joining us, this is Paul Jarrett. I am your education consultant who based in India, studying as an international student, hail from the Republic of Liberia, a country which I'm proud of for that matter. Okay. And I wish that I have more Liberians taking on initiative, taking on the road to come here and experience the education that we're talking about. Why it is true, we have education in our country, but international education exposes one to understanding people culture. All right, other people culture. You could read about it on the internet though, but a practical experience. And there are technological based education we are talking about. All right. So quickly, not to take all of your time, we just talked about Kalinga University and other universities. Like we said, it's P. Savani University. A P. Savani University, it, it doesn't charge tuition, rather it charges hostel fees per year, $2,500 per year. And the admission fee is 300 from that same amount. Now, somebody listening to me want to know, they say, but Paul, all these things you are talking, all the information that you are giving us, uh, when am I to begin my application? When can I do my admission process? Right now, admission is closed. This month, August, the whole of August, admission is closed. Only those whose documents were already being processed, those who admission were in process, are at the final stage, at a stage where they are finalizing their documents for their travel. Like I've had 4 students coming this year, and 3 have already received their visa. So I just put in for 2 other students on ticket because they have met up with all of their requirements. So you can be the same. This is when the process starts. The admission process starts September 1. But the reason I made this video in August is to tell you that traveling is not a single day thing. Traveling requires preparation, especially if you are like me, who do not have the kind of support, all right? To say, okay, I have all that it takes, or I have somebody back home who is providing everything over to me. So once you are not like that, you should understand that you need to start earlier preparation. And the earlier you prepare, the better you become. This is it. This is how you do it. We are now talking about the information in August. So what can you do? You begin your process by contacting me so that immediately we begin in September. That's going to be September 1. You will be part of those whose application will be submitted on the first day. Trust me, if you have ever had any scammers coming your way, people having a whole lot of talk about things towards you, about scholarship, doing this, oh, this, that, it can work, and at the end of the day, it cannot work. Trust me, this is your bus stop. This is where you have come, and I can assure you, once you connect with me, you contact me, your application will be successful. And trust me, you will be in India by, let's say, 2023, because the admission process will start in September and all processes will go through by 2023. You will be early 2023, you will be in India doing your studies. Okay, guys, if you are just joining the channel, my name is Paul Dominic Jarry Jr. I'm an education consultant for a consultancy firm called Global ARCUS Initiative that works with universities in India from all walks of life in India, helping students that are international students, especially African students, to come to India and study to become productive people that will contribute to the society. You won't want to miss it. I catch you. Thank you. Bye bye.